Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras' theorem states that in any right-angled triangle, now this must be a right-angled triangle with a 90-degree angle, that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, first of all, what's the hypotenuse? Well, the hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle, and it happens to be the longest side in the triangle. So let's have a look at a triangle, a right-angled triangle. The hypotenuse will be opposite the right angle. Okay, let's label the sides A, B and C and look back at the theorem. The square of the hypotenuse, so C squared, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now, let me show you clearly using numbers, okay? We've got C squared equals A squared plus B squared. C is 5, A is 3, and B is 4. Okay, let's have a look at C squared. Okay, there's C squared and A squared and B squared. Okay, so we can say that 5 squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared. 5 squared is 25, 3 squared is 9, and 4 squared is 16. So we can say 25 equals 9 plus 16, and you can clearly see now that 25 equals 25, so the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. Okay, let's have a look at some examples. Use Pythagoras' theorem to calculate the length of C. So the rule states C squared equals A squared plus B squared. A is 5 and B is 12. So C squared equals 5 squared plus 12 squared. C squared equals 5 times 5, which is 25, and 12 times 12 is 144. So C squared equals 169. Now we need to find C. So we need to find the square root of 169. C equals the square root of 169. C is 13. Okay, example 2. Using Pythagoras' theorem, calculate the length of B. And you'll see in this example, we're given the hypotenuse C is 10. Okay, so our rule C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So C is 10 and A is 6. So 10 squared equals 6 squared plus B squared. 10 squared is 100, 6 squared is 36, plus B squared is equal to 100. Let's move the 36 across the equal sign to join the hundreds. So we've got B squared equals 100 minus 36, or B squared equals 64. Now in order to find B, we need to find the square root of 64. So B equals the square root of 64, B equals 8. And you'll notice with example 1 that when you're finding the hypotenuse, you are adding the squares of the other two numbers. But when you are finding A or B in the second example, you are subtracting the squares of the other two numbers. Okay, that's important to note. Okay, now it's your turn. Calculate the length of X in the following right-angled triangles and give your answers to one decimal place. So question 1, you find X and 2. Question 3, you find X and the area. Question 4 is a question where you have to apply what you've learned. Okay, good luck and pause.